as we go through this stuff, we start to kind of learn that there are these things physically that we're able to make decisions on, right? And so I think there's a big difference between having control over something and deciding an action against something. And it takes some practice in that area, because after we get sober, for so many of us, the obsession to use and the compulsion to drink were so great that we had lost the ambition to even try to control it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so then when we get into sobriety and the word surrender starts popping up and these actions start happening, there's some confusion involved with that, especially with, I had this confusion over surrendering my will or, like letting things happen as they should organically. And I kind of just became this sort of doormat to life, right? And so that was another way for me to control the outcome, because I was certain that I was going to come in last. And so I could make sure that I came in last. I can maintain that control by making sure that I came in last, right? And so when I think about what pops up for me today is this food issue, right? And so what I mean by having the ability to manage decisions, what I'm talking about is certain things I put into my body have a reaction to me chemically, emotionally, and spiritually that I cannot control.
Sure.
Alcohol was one of those things, right? And in the depths of alcohol addiction, once I take a drink, I literally cannot control making the decision to not have another drink. Mm-hmm. The obsession for me is more powerful than my ability to decide to not drink. Now, in sobriety, right, I still get the craving to have a drink. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Okay? I can't control that. If I could control the like idea of like, oh, a drink sounds good, because I don't know when the cravings are going to come. Certain fucking temperatures outside, or I'm around certain people, or I see these billboards and things look good. This craving comes up over me, and I can't control that craving. At that point, after practice in sobriety or whatever it is you're working on, I make a decision. Now, I can't control the thought, but I do have control over the decision. Does that make sense?
Yeah, sure.
So now I'm learning to manage my decisions. So like with food, I have to make the decision to not put certain shit into my body, because I've learned that there's things that happen within me that I can't control. Mm-hmm. So if I can't control what happens over the first thought or the way that my body reacts, I have to make a decision to stay away from those things. The girl that you're talking about that you couldn't control, you've made a decision to stay away from people like that. So that, and I have too, right?
Yeah.
Like we decide to stop putting these people in our lives that cause discontent within us in our serenity, so that we don't have to try to control that, so that we can make these decisions and grow in a more spiritual linear path, right? We go this direction spiritually by deciding to not have these things in our lives. But control is such a powerful thing.